Good morning, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Man, I got an update for y'all. On the 24th of February, I was arrested for panhandling by this park policeman at Lafayette Park, and we've had a couple of run-ins prior to that, and I made him look like an idiot, and so he's had a thing for me. Well, last night after I finished today in Proverbs, Spirit of God say, call the court tomorrow and get the status of your case. Make a phone call. Get the status of your case. See what's going on. So I called the court. Gino, thank you for joining me, man. You're the first one up in here. Tanya, thank you for joining me. So I called the court this morning, and the lady told me, Mr. Folden, your case was no paper. They're not going to pursue this. I said, really? She said, yeah. I said, wow. Well, thank you so very much. So I called the station and I said, how can I get my property back? She said, well, you got to go through the arresting officer. Well, they know I don't want to have anything to do with him. And I had already asked his sergeant, no, you can't get this back. Everything he did was professional, and we gonna hold your property until the court date. So I emailed him. I said, listen, my court date has my case has been no paper, which means they ain't no, I don't have to go. I don't have to go. I asked the lady. I said, do I have to show up? She said, no, it's no paper. I don't have to go. That's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. They told me it was no paper. That's what I'm going on. So so I emailed the sergeant and asked him. I said, my case was no paper. What do I have to do to get my property back? Please inform me of my next step. Now, I often said this was personal. So to show you if I'm right, they're going to drag their feet for me to get my property back, to try to inflict as much financial harm that they can do. And seeing what this case also showed them is, man, coming down there arresting me for panhandling is a waste of your time. Okay? It's a waste of your time because they ain't interested in something like that. So now the dynamics of it are really, I'm just waiting to see. Okay? And I CC that email to Internal Affairs because I filed a complaint in Internal Affairs against this guy. That's how I got his sergeant's email. Because I told him, man, I don't have nothing to do with that guy because he's an idiot. Let me show y'all the person that I'm talking about. Let me show you who I'm talking about. He's an idiot. Oh, I know I got that video in here. What do I do with that video? I mean, this guy is a piece of work. I ain't lying. Oh, here it is, right here. This is the guy. Sir, have I did what, sir? This is the guy.
Superintendent's compendium.
No, what is that, sir?
About from Lafayette Park.
Okay, but I'm not in the park, sir. I'm not in the park, sir. I'm not in the park. I'm on Pennsylvania Avenue, sir.
So my application on Pennsylvania Avenue has nothing to do with you. None whatsoever, sir. My application, sir, my application has nothing to do with you. I'm not in Lafayette Park. Okay, I'm on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Fair enough. I'll let you go with that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, my man.
But can you just maybe keep it down a little bit so everybody's not just why you got it right now? Is that fair?
Man, I've been out here 4 years, sir. Nobody has ever, matter of fact, they enjoy my music. Right. You're the first officer that came to say that I shouldn't have music pointed at the White House. When every protest come down here, they got their stuff pointed at the White House. Don't nobody say nothing to them.
Well, if you're on the White House sidewalk or on Lafayette
Park, sir, I'm not in.
This is basically.
Sir, I'm not on the sidewalk. I'm not in Lafayette Park.
Fair enough.
I'm in. So can I get an apology?
I apologize.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
And ever since then, ever since then, I've been on his radar. Okay, ever since I made him apologize, okay, that I've been on his radar. So I'm just now, I just want them to verify my point that, man, this personal. It's personal. It is personal. And I emailed him, and if I don't hear anything from him, I'm going to give him to Monday. I'll be right down there Monday asking for him, hey, man, I sent you an email Friday. I haven't gotten any response, so can I get my property? Now, the case is no paper, which means I ain't got to show up. They refuse to even entertain it. So I don't have to show up. Okay? So you know, if you're holding my property now, it's just to inflict some financial harm because you know this is how I keep my head above water. You know that I done told you that. So now you just trying to inflict as much financial pain as you possibly can, and God still made a way for me. He still made a way. Okay, so I'm good. I'm good. See, I keep telling y'all, man. You know, my grandmama used to always tell me, baby, if you do right, right gonna follow you. If you do right, right will follow you. And that's fact. That is fact, man. If you do right, right gonna follow you. You do wrong, wrong is what's gonna be following you. And that's fact. And you know, and I go out here and I know there are a lot of people. You might have to tell my website person, listen, you know, when I put this website up, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be trying to sabotage it. Please be on your toes. Okay, because there's gonna be a lot of folk out here trying to sabotage just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it, they're gonna try to sabotage it because that's how people are. You know, some people don't want to see you do nothing good. They don't want to see that. You know, for whatever reason, it irritates them and get under their skin just to see you trying to do something good. No, this is just my persona. I look like a conductor. Okay, so my next move right now, y'all see this picture right here? That says make your next destination Dubai. Okay, I put that slogan out 2 years ago. And even though they contacted me 2 years ago, Dubai was booming. Okay, they was booming, so they had no interest in this statement. Make your next destination Dubai. But now that they have been attacked, they're going to have to rebuild tourism in Dubai. They're going to have to rebuild it, buddy. Okay? And I'm putting this out in front. I'm going to get in front of everybody and say, hey, this is my idea right here. You're going to have to rebuild tourism. You ain't asking them to come to Dubai. You're telling them, come to Dubai. Because right now, Dubai is like a ghost town. And they got lots of money. See, they got money over there. 100 million to them is like $10 to us. I'm serious. You know, millions of dollars is like pennies, because I mean they loaded. Why not try to give them an idea? What have I got to lose? Oh, that ain't gonna work. How you know? Because you don't know how desperate they are. You have no idea how desperate they are right now. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going right back at him. Here's my idea again. And now, let's see what you say now. See, because when I first presented it, oh man, tourism was off the chain for you. Now it's a ghost town. Now Dubai is a ghost town. Everybody done left Dubai. And you mean tell me they done build all that stuff and can't get nobody to come? You think they ain't interested in some tourism ideas right about now? I mean, think about it. You think they ain't interested in some tourism ideas? Shit, I'm jumping all on that. And see, they know ain't gonna hurt me. No ain't gonna hurt me. Them telling me no will not change my life one way or the other. Because I'll still be out here doing what I'm doing. But if they say yes, if they say yes, all right, okay. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah, I'm working on Dubai. That's it. That's the healthiest outlook. So many people are so afraid of rejection. All they do is ridicule and put down others. Man, thank you. Now seriously. See, you got to realize, man, regardless of what situation you in, if somebody tell you no, that ain't gonna impact your situation. It's still gonna be business as usual for you. You just got a rejection. You just got, and see, and I just told y'all last night, showed you about being repetitious. What repetition will do for you. And see, and matter of fact, let me it's on this phone. I would show you the response. I actually got the Department of Tourism in Dubai to respond to me. Oh, and you know what else I'm gonna do? And I'm also gonna send some more emails out today. That's what I'm gonna do. Them emails that they sent me, today I'm gonna send this picture back to them today. Okay, but see, listen. If you get caught up in them e-files, if you get caught up in all of this drama, these fighting between the Democrats and the Republicans, and man, you can't. Your mind is clouded. You're not gonna be able to listen. Baby boy say Dubai, they in trouble now. I would not. Man, that trouble ain't gonna last always. That ain't gonna last always. I'm trying to get ahead of the crowd. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put my idea so when they do start entertaining ideas, mine will be first on the list. That's what I'm trying to do. Because they going to rebuild, buddy. They ain't spent all that. You think the Biden spent all that money and they just going to let that go? Come on, man. Come on. They ain't going to do that. They gonna have to rebuild tourism. So why not try to get ahead of the pack? Okay? All right? I mean, seriously. And that's all I'm trying to do is get ahead of the pack. Because I know, see, when they finally come down to like they ready to reopen, then everybody's gonna want to submit their ideas. Well, you too late then. If you wait until they get everything, you need to get it while they're in panic mode. See, and right now they are in panic mode. So it's no telling how they're going to look at things. Because once things settle down, now they can pick and choose about what they're going to. I don't want you to be able to pick and choose. I'm going to catch you when you are in panic mode. Okay? All right? Because you're going to have to start planning how we going to do this? How we going to get these people back? You got to come down. You're going to have to sit down at the table and say, okay, how can we get tourism back? And I'm telling them by making a rags to riches story is how you going to get, because listen, if Dubai drop a bag of money on me, everybody and their mama is going to want that story. Everybody is going to want that story. And they are now getting free advertisement because all of the news outlets are going to say, damn, look at the money they dropped on that guy for this idea. Okay? Baby Bubba say, you think they ain't trying, man, I bet you the damage that has been done to that airport is almost finished. They done almost repaired. I bet you Dubai's airport right now is almost repaired. I bet you. You think they're gonna sit down and let that just sit? No, buddy. No. I bet you that, matter of fact, let me see. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna ask, because you can Google anything now. you can when will Dubai's airport reopen? Let's see what they say. Dubai's International Airport has begun a phase partial reopening as of March 7th through the 10th, following temporary closures. While some flights are operating, full operation is not yet restored. So it's partial right now. They ain't gonna sit back, man, and let that airport just dragging their feet like what might happen in America. See, America might, or some of these third world countries, they might be, man, Dubai got money. And they can bring in the best to get this done. And you can cool believe, man, they done opened some kind of channel talking with Iran. You can cool believe it. Behind the scenes, Dubai and Iran is talking. I guarantee you, they talking. They are talking. And the rest of them Arab countries, they are talking. Okay, brother. So have you a plan? Yeah, my plan. Here's my plan. Here's my plan right now. So let me let you see the whole thing. This is my plan right here. Oh, it won't show. Let me see. That's my plan. Hey man, I'm trying to get it to show. Okay. See, before when I said make your next destination Dubai, I was just sending the words in. I didn't have my picture on it. But Spirit of God say, send it in with your picture so they can see who's saying it. See, before I just had make your next destination Dubai. Didn't have my picture on it, nothing. Okay, but now I made it with my picture. So now you can see who I am. And notice I put on that true conductor. So you can see who I am. You see me. And now they can Google me and see what I'm about. That's all. And see, a lot of y'all would let something like this intimidate you. A lot of y'all would be scared. Oh, they ain't going. Man, you count yourself out before you even try. And that's the problem with most people. They count themselves out before they even try. Before they even try. You don't know whose hands this is going to fall in. But because I'm so persistent about this idea, oh, I'm going to get their attention. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Because I got nothing to lose. By constantly sending this idea, I have nothing to lose. Nothing at all. Thank you. I don't have nothing to lose. No, I ain't got nothing, because their no don't hurt me. Their no is not going to make my life any worse. It ain't about starting no business. Man, I'm selling some intellectual property. See, that's what a lot of y'all don't see the value of your intellectual property. Your intellectual property is ideas. You ain't got to have no business. You're selling an idea. It's up to them how they want to use it. All right? But it's your intellectual property. That's what it is. Anytime you come up with an idea, that is your intellectual property. But so many of us are so conditioned that we got to go out here and work. We got to go out here and, no, man, you ain't got to do all of that. Sell your intellectual property, which is an idea. There are a lot of people, and most folk don't even want you to even come into that knowledge that your intellectual property is more valuable than what you're going out here slaving to do every day. Let me say that again. Your intellectual property is more valuable than what you're working on every day. Them 40 hours a week that you putting on a job can't even compare to the value of your intellectual property. But see, we don't think like that, because we're in the box. But when you start thinking outside of the box, man, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. And believe it or not, this conflict is going to open up the doors to some intellectual property, to some more, because they're going to need some more ideas. And see, and because most of y'all are focusing on this drama and this confusion, you don't take the time to entertain some ideas that'll get you paid. That's all I'm saying. And see, and people will put you down because you trying to get your ideas sold. They'll demonize you, man. Oh, go get a job. And there's no job that can pay you what your intellectual property is worth. There's no job that can pay you what your intellectual property. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me give you the definition. Thank you, Lord. I heard that. Let me get the definition of that. Here we go. Intellectual property refers to intangible creations of human intellect, such as inventions, library work, designs, and symbols, protected by law through patents, copyright, trademarks, and trade secrets. Okay? Intellectual property. And most folk don't even entertain their intellectual property. They don't even entertain it. Because for whatever reason, they put themselves down before they even give themselves a chance. And you don't know what the climate, what's going on. All you got to do is try. And make your destination Dubai. And I got on social media where I done put, when you got an idea, all you got to do is put that TM on it. Whether you got money to go get a trademark or not, you put TM, you protected. You are protected. Okay, when you see, what you can't do is put that aura in a circle on none of your stuff. You can't do that. It's against the law. But you can put TM, which means trademark, on your idea even before you go file for one. You're protected. You're protected. And most folk don't even know that. Most folk don't know that. They think they got to come out here with a whole bunch of money. Man, a lot of times you don't need no money. You need some creativity. You need to be using your head. That's what you need to be doing. Okay? You need to be using your head. And like I said, they know ain't gonna hurt me. But what you think that yes would do? What you think that yes would do? Okay? Change my life forever. They know no ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna have one impact on your life because it's still gonna be business as usual. But boy, that yes will change your life forever. And that's what you're looking for, the yes. Keep trying, man. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying. You ain't got nothing to lose. Well, if they say no and take my idea, see, that's why I put my stuff on social media. That's why I put it all over social media. Let them take it. Let them take it. And I'll go and I'll sort and we'll settle. We'll settle. Let them take it. Because everybody know, man, that's my idea. I put that idea out there. See, you should be able to Google. Matter of fact, let me see. Since I'm saying that, let me Google it. Let me Google it and see what happens. Put it on images. See, can I find it? Because that show got it out here. And I got emails from them. Okay? I got emails. Where I done presented this idea to them. I got emails. I got proof that I have presented this idea to them. I got proof. So if they want to steal it, I got the proof, man. I can show you. I gave you this idea. And the one thing they don't want is any more negative press. That's what they don't want. So if I can prove to you that I have sent this idea into you and you stole it, what you think gonna happen? Who you think it's gonna hurt? Me or them? Okay? Okay? So you know, man, don't be afraid of your ideas. Don't be afraid of them. Stop being afraid of your ideas. Cause see, when ideas come to you, they're looking for attention. An idea is not gonna come to you for you to just sit up on the shelf and look at it. Okay? When an idea comes to you, how many times have you seen an idea and said to yourself, man, I thought about that? Because it came to you first. But you didn't want to entertain it. So it went to somebody else. I mean, think about it. Have you ever seen an idea and said, man, I thought about that? Yes, because the idea came to you first. No, I'm not looking for no investors. No, absolutely. No, this is intellectual property. I don't need an investor. I'm trying to sell them an idea. I don't need an investor for that. No. You don't need an investor. This is what I'm telling you. Now, if okay, one of my ideas, the African tabletop, which is African inspired dinnerware for the whole world. See now that kind of project, then I would like to say, man, I'll take an investor. But when you're trying to sell an idea, you don't need no investor. You just need somebody to say yes. That's all you need. That's all you need. You're just trying to sell the idea. Okay? That's all you're trying to do. Sell the idea. You don't need an investor. I'm trying to get a place of the no. Well, you can't get a piece of that. But I guarantee you some ideas then came to you. And let me tell you, here's how you know when an idea comes to you. This is how you gonna know. When you say, man, somebody should be doing this, that idea just presented itself to you. How many times have you said, man, somebody should be doing this? The idea just presented itself to you. But you didn't, you ignored it because you saying somebody else should be doing it, and it presented itself to you. That's how you know when you see something, man, somebody should be doing this. How come you ain't doing it? It came to you. Why don't you do it? What's wrong with you trying? See, because when you start pursuing an idea, what you're gonna learn, you're gonna develop some contacts. You're gonna develop some places to go. Even if the idea don't work, you now have a contact. See, you got a point of reference. So as you go along entertaining your ideas, well, see, that's because you didn't write it down. I see at 73 now, man, when ideas start coming to me now, I used to be able to remember them. But I'm finding if I don't write it down, something else gonna come along and I totally forget what the idea was. When an idea come to me now, man, I'm gonna write that joint down. I'm gonna write it down. Because I used to be able to depend on my memory, but I can't do that no more. And I realized, man, I can't do that. Okay? I can't remember it. So I write it down. So I can have a point of reference. Say, oh yeah, I remember this. You know, even phrases that come to you, man, write them down. Don't depend that I'm gonna remember this. No, you ain't. Because if something else come along and it's gonna make you totally forget what that idea is. I'm telling you, man. What about your intellectual property? What about it? And like I told you, when an idea presents itself to you, first thing gonna come out your mouth, somebody should be doing this. Why not you? That's the first thing, man, somebody should be doing this. It just presented itself to you. And if you don't want to entertain it, somebody will, because it'll go to somebody else. And you'll find when you start entertaining your ideas will always come to you. Because they know when they come to you, they're going to get some attention. They know when an idea comes to you, it's looking for attention. And if you give it attention, ideas will always come to you. Because ideas are selfish, man. They are possessive. They want attention. They want your attention when they come to you. They do. They want your attention. And like I said, it's going to present itself because it's the first thing going to come out your mouth. Somebody should be doing this. Think about how many times you have said that. Just think about how many times have you said, man, somebody should be doing this. But a lot of y'all will count yourself out. Oh, I ain't got that kind of money. I don't have the resources. Look how you're counting yourself out. You count yourself out before you even try. And then be soaking when you see somebody else make millions. Now you're feeling sorry. And in some cases is that discouragement that will stop you from trying. I know what I'm saying is true. I know what I'm saying is true. Because I got 10 people up in here, and I bet you all 10 of y'all. Hey, Jamie, my case was no paper. So I'm just waiting to get my stuff back. So I'm trying to get my property back now, Jamie. I'm trying to get my property back now, my speaker and my sign, so I can go back down there. I am. I'm going back. My case was no paper, so I ain't got to go to court. Okay. and I know they're gonna drag their feet. They're gonna drag their feet for me to get my stuff back. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for that. Okay, but I just keep it moving, man. Just keep it moving. And I got my website is gonna be up this month. TrueConductor.com is gonna be up in March of 2026. I'm gonna launch my website this month. It's being worked on as we speak. And it's gonna be tight too. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be tight. Okay? No, I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that now. No, I wouldn't causing a ruckus. I made this cop apologize to me a couple years back, and he's been angling ever since to get at me. So he arrested me for panhandling. And the government say, man, we ain't no paper that. We ain't got time for stuff like this. And they no paper that, which means I ain't got to show up in court. Case dismissed. So now that you know that didn't work, if you come back again, see now you and I already filed a complaint with Internal Affairs. I filed a complaint against him because, man, he used to, when I asked him for an inventory of my stuff, he said, I ain't giving you nothing. Call this number. You can't get an inventory from me. And he used to, them little kids that used to be selling ice cream and water, man, he'd take all their shit, their coolers, their freezers, everything, and wouldn't even give them an inventory. What did he do with all that stuff? Is the question. What did he do with all that stuff he got? And he wouldn't even give them an inventory, which means there's no record of it. And there's no telling what he did with all that merchandise. And he would have a pickup truck full of stuff and wouldn't even get them boys an inventory of what he confiscated. Wouldn't he just take their stuff? Just take it. And you ran into the right one. And maybe his arrest of me was to get Internal Affairs to look at, because I asked him, what did he do with all that merchandise? Where is it? No, you can't throw that stuff away. You can't throw it. Come on. They ain't gonna throw that stuff away, man. They get it to their friends. All that water, and they giving that stuff to somebody. They giving that to somebody. He might have kept some himself. Because ain't no record of it. That's why he wouldn't give them an inventory. Because there's no record of it. But, what goes around comes around. It's just that simple. So, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. At least I can get my stuff back. And it's just a matter of when they tell me, hey, man, come get it. And see, first I sent an email. Monday, I'm going to call down there. No, I ain't calling. I'm going. Monday, I'm going to go down there and say Friday, I sent an email asking, how can I get my property back? And I've gotten no response. Can somebody help me, please? Okay? Can somebody help me, please? Because you can call and see the case is no paper, just like I called. You can call and see that the case is no paper, which means they ain't got no time to fool with that. They got other issues. Man, this wind is crazy out here today. And it's let me see how it's very windy. Very windy in DC today. Even if I had my stuff, I wouldn't even go out today. Wind gusts up to 27 miles an hour, making the temperature feel like 32. It's 46 degrees, but the wind chill is making it feel like 32. Okay? No, I gotta milk them. I gotta see. I want them to see what kind of response I'm gonna get. I could go today, but I wanna see. I done sent out an email to his sergeant, so I just want to see how long it's gonna take his sergeant to respond to my email. And if I don't have any response by Monday, now I got some proof. See, now I got proof. But if I go down there today, I really haven't given them a chance. And I sent this email out early this morning, around 9 o'clock. So you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days. And you ain't checked your emails? Monday, I'll be down there. Because I've given you 3 days to respond. Man, I ain't got nothing to do. No, you done jam up, so I keep doing what I'm doing. You ain't hurting me. God's still blessing me. I'm still blessed. You thought you was hurting me? Man, God still done made a way. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. Man, I got favor. I got favor. So I'm just and see, this is what I keep telling y'all, man, stay away from this drama. Now is not the time to get caught up in this drama, because you're gonna have to pay attention to your intuition, what your intuition is telling you. And if you entertaining a lot of drama, a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, man, you're gonna miss something. Well, that's right. You might be right, man. You might be right. That is matter of fact, that is right. That is right. I will go Tuesday. Give them. I'm gonna give them a chance. See, because they dragging their feet ain't hurting me. It's hurting them. They can drag their feet as long as they want. It ain't hurting me. God's still opening up doors for me. It's just solidifying my complaint. That's all they doing. They can drag their feet if they want to. They are just solidifying my complaint against them. It's personal. Ain't got nothing to do with business. This is personal. It's personal. And and all I try to do is just stand up for my rights. And you pissed off because I stand up for myself. You pissed off because I stand up and I ain't afraid to speak up. And never have been. And maybe that's what, rub people the wrong way about me. Because I ain't scared to speak up. I'm not afraid. And never have been afraid to speak up. That's why I had to leave Alabama. Shit, they probably would have found me down in the woods somewhere because I wasn't scared. Well, we gonna make an example out of him. No, you ain't gonna make no example. I'm out of here, buddy. See you later. No, leave that foolishness to it. But man, stop being afraid of your ideas. Stop being afraid of your ideas. Follow them. See, because I keep telling y'all, an idea is a door. And behind that door is other ideas. See, your ideas are going to birth other ideas, children. And those children are going to birth some more ideas, your grandchildren. See, that's how ideas work. If an idea is for you, man, it's going to talk to you. If it's for you, it's going to expand. If the thoughts of it, man, you're going to start seeing different expressions of it, different meanings of it, different layers of it when it's for you. If the idea is dead, which means it don't expand, it don't grow, it don't do none of that. Okay? I've been fighting, I've been doing that. Wait a minute. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let me show you something. I just happen to have this. Y'all see that background behind me? That's 1994. When I ran for mayor of Washington, D.C. against Marion Barry. I was a street vendor fighting corruption in the police department, and they told me I was lying. And I told the guy, I said, man, if I have to run for mayor to tell this story, he said, Mr. Folden, you're a street vendor. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. I was offended. What you say? He said, you're a street vendor. Don't even waste your time. Man, I walked right into Board of Election. What I got to do to run for mayor? And they said, raise your right hand. Here's some petition. See, here's that's me and Marion Barry. Right there. I used to drive for him. That's me and him right there. I ran for mayor of DC against this guy. Okay? All right? Okay? So, you can say whatever you want to. you can say whatever you want to. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. But that's me. Me and Marion Barry, man. See, I got the caddy. I got it right here. He said, man, you got this limousine. I said, Marion, that's all I got. All right? That's all I got. And he's sitting in the middle. That's right. And you see how he got his hands on my shoulder? Every time he got out the car, man, we take 2 or 3 steps. And he had to stop and catch his breath. And then he said, okay, let's continue. 2, 3 more steps, stop, catch his breath. That's how sick he was. And could stay out all night long. I ain't lying. Could stay out all night long. Sick. Imagine what he could do when he was well. But that's the way we had to do it right there, man. That's me and the mayor for life, Marion Barry. Okay? Okay? Well, they set him up. They had the police and because whatever he smoked, they thought it was gonna kill him. Because the police and the ambulance was in the next room, and they bust through the door. He was trying to get some punani. That's what Marion went up there for. He was trying to get some sex, and she made him smoke them drugs. And that's why he's like, "Bitch, you set me up." And to this day, man, don't nobody know. He was definitely good. He was. I mean, Marion helped a lot of white people. He got a statue on Pennsylvania Avenue, right next to the district building. The same drug addict that y'all talking about has a only black man with a statue on Pennsylvania Avenue. Only black man with a statue on Pennsylvania Avenue. The main thoroughfare, because the nation's capital was in Pennsylvania 6 times. Once in Lancaster, once in York, and 4 times, or a couple times in Philadelphia. That's why Pennsylvania Avenue is the main thoroughfare in Washington, D.C., because the capital was there so many times. So I just put a wrinkle on y'all brain. All right, man. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I'm in the clear. My case has been no paper, which means it don't even exist. So now all I got to do is get my property back. And next week I'm gonna call my signed person and have her to put truthconductor.com on my message. So now when people see my sign, they'll see my website. See, and I'm promoting myself. And I'm gonna catch an event right here in the nation's capital where I'm gonna be able to show that sign to the world. And they're gonna see truthconductor.com. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see it. And it's gonna be tight. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be tight. Talking Logo is who's doing my website. Talking Logo. Look them up. They thorough, man. They really are thorough. Okay? Yeah, their flesh is their kryptonite. It is. Yeah. And everybody was suspicious of the drugs. But them women loved Marion Barry, man. They loved it. And he never stole any money. People around him were stealing, but Marion Barry never stole any money from the city. That's why they loved him so. And he helped a lot of people. He really did. He really helped. Because every kid that wanted a summer job, man, he gave them one. And sometimes that was 2 and 3 kids in a family that was working a summer job for the district. He helped a lot of people. Helped a lot of people, man. I ain't lying. He helped a lot of people. And that's why they loved him. And I think his funeral was like 13 hours long. I gave him 2. I stayed in there for 2 hours, but I gotta get out of here, man. It was 13 hours long, man. His funeral at the convention center was 13 hours long. Now, if that's not some respect, what is? Okay? What is? 13 hours, man. That's how many people that came to 13 hours. That's how long his funeral was. All right? All right, y'all. Man, your intellectual ideas are worth something. Okay? Your ideas are worth something. Stop counting them out. Stop counting them out. Pursue them. And you'll learn something about yourself. Okay? All right? All right, tonight, y'all, be today in Proverbs, 8 o'clock. Okay, I will be back tonight. That's just your ideas, man. All intellectual property is your ideas. That's all it is your ideas. And you'll learn how to protect your, even when you don't have no money. You'll learn how to protect your ideas. And see, a lot of y'all count yourselves out because you're looking at your current circumstances and not, man, this could be the thing that changed my life forever. And that's how I look at ideas. Man, this might change my life forever. But nothing is gonna be easy. Okay? It ain't gonna be easy, man. If you're looking for something that, because adversity guards the door to success. See, the closer you get to the door of success, man, your life gonna turn upside down to try to discourage you. That's what adversity, if success was so easy, how come everybody's not in there? How come everybody's not successful if success was so easy? Because adversity guards the door to success. See, when your life start you be talking about, oh man, the devil is busy. No, devil ain't busy. You close to the door of success and don't even realize it. Because the minute you get close, it's going to do everything it can to see if it can persuade you to give up, to quit. And after a while, man, you'll start going through, when adversity comes, man, it'll be falling off like water off a duck's back. It won't even faze you. Because your mind is always proactive. See, when your mind is reactive, that's when you get depressed. That's when you get anxiety. That's when discouragement comes, when your mind is reactive. Because stuff got to come up on you before you respond to it and you get overwhelmed. But when you're proactive, man, it don't even faze you. Because you out ahead of yourself, looking for solutions when you proactive. Okay? When you proactive, you out in front of yourself. You ain't worried about what you're dealing with. See, adversity wants you to sit there and babysit it. Worrying. Trying to figure out how, you can't figure out where the answer gonna come from. But in the meantime, to keep your mind busy, boy, you out looking for stuff. You out looking. That's how you keep your mind busy. And a busy mind, you know that saying, an idle mind is the devil's workshop? Why? Because that idle mind ain't looking for nothing. It's just sitting there worrying. Entertaining all of the garbage and the confusion and the chaos. Okay? That's what an idle mind will do. But man, when your mind busy, you ain't got time to be sitting down there worrying about. But that's why I keep telling y'all, folks be asking, well, did you watch the Super Bowl? Man, I ain't got time for that. I'm working on some stuff. I ain't got time to be entertaining no garbage. And a lot of y'all are too easily caught up in some garbage that ain't gonna help you one way or the other. And you give it all your time. You giving it your time. And it's foolishness. Turn that damn television off. Turn it off. Because it's wasting your time. That's all it's doing. It's wasting your time. but you want to be in the know. See, you want to be the first one to get the news so you can go out and spread it. And it ain't putting one dime. No, you can't get that time back. Because when it's gone, it's gone. It's gone. You ain't getting it back. And look how much time you're spending sitting in front of that television. Look how much time you're wasting sitting in front of that TV. You ain't spending no time with yourself. You ain't spending no time talking to God. But you got all the time in the world for the soap operas and the basketball game and the football games. You got all the time in the world for that, but you ain't got time to better yourself. And that's going to take time. And if you're preoccupied, you ain't got the time to work on you. And I'm telling you, listen to me. It's some shit getting ready to hit the fan, buddy, that's going to mess up everybody. Okay? All right? It's some stuff getting ready to hit the fan, buddy. You're going to have to sit down and make a decision. Man, turn that television off. Ask yourself, get off. I get on social media, but man, there are times, and when I do, man, I'm posting something positive. I'm trying to share my message. I'm trying to be uplifting. But there are times, man, I sit in here, boy, and me and God just be talking. Or just sit here, man, and just see what coming to me. What ideas? You know, when Bernie asked me, he said, I used to do Saturday in Proverbs every Saturday. He said, True Conductor, do me a favor, start back Saturday in Proverbs. Okay? Sweden is in the house. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna start doing it every day. Because the way things are going right now, you know, that people might be going through some, so just start doing it every day. And that's when the idea came to me, today in Proverbs. That's how I got the idea. Today in Proverbs. And just put the date on it. So people will know what date you're talking about. And every night, 8 o'clock, I'm going to do Today in Proverbs. I'll be here tonight, 8 o'clock, Today in Proverbs is what I'm going to do. And that idea just came just like that. Okay, you're going to start doing Proverbs every day? Just do Today in Proverbs and put the date on it. So people will know that if I just put Today in Proverbs well, if you're sick of the job, man, what you gonna do for yourself? Listen, y'all. Whatever you can do for an extended period of time, and it don't bore you, that's what you need to focus on. See, whatever you can do, and I mean, you can do it day in and day out, and it don't bother you. That's where you need to drop your anchor right there in that idea. And see, a lot of y'all have never entertained, what is it that I can do day in and day out, and it don't, and I enjoy it. It's uplifting. What is it that I can do? But some of y'all, because you need benefits, See, most of y'all are prisoners on a job because you need benefits. You don't think about, well, man, how can I keep myself healthy? If I don't have no health insurance, what do I have to do to keep myself healthy? What kind of lifestyle do I have to live that I can stay healthy? See, you don't look at it like that, but you'd rather be a prisoner on a job because you need some benefits. And that's why most folk are working, because they need some benefits. And that job is stressing them out, causing you. I used to drive a bus for, man, they used to tell me, ain't no better job than Metro. If you want to just drive a bus, that's true. But man, there's plenty stuff out of here that's way better if you go and look. Why not work for yourself? Why not work for yourself? Come up with your own ideas. See, we're back to that intellectual property again. Okay, we're back to that intellectual property. And to show you that ideas do come to you, look how many times you've seen the idea, say, man, I thought about that. Because it came to you first. You just didn't want to entertain it. That's what happened. All right, y'all? Hey, man, I'll see you tonight. Today in Proverbs. Okay? This is the 13th. See? There it is, man. And you got some blessings. You got some ideas probably that you've totally ignored because you counted yourself out. Counted yourself out. And that's what most folk do with their ideas. They count themselves out before they even give it a chance. They count them out. And that's the mistake. It's because the system teaches us, go to school, get you a good education to get a job. That's what the system teaches us. Go to school, get you a good education so you can get a good job. It don't tell you, go to school, get you a good education, and work for yourself. They don't tell you that. They tell you, go get a job. And there's no job that's going to pay you what you actually worth. There's no job that's going to pay you what you worth. Never count God out. That's right. Never count him out. Never count him out. Even when you don't see how things going to work out, man, never count him out. Don't panic. Don't panic. Just believe. You ain't got to panic. You ain't got to panic. Don't panic. I don't care what you're facing. Man, don't panic. Don't panic, because you don't know what door God gonna open for you or what door he gonna close, so people can't get to you. You don't know, but you won't give yourself a chance, and that's the mistake most folk make. They don't want to give themselves a chance. Okay, all right, man. I'll see y'all tonight, 8 o'clock.